Kamala, comma and a lot, Tim. Kamala Harris Mania is taking over the country, but has it really? That's the title of tonight's show. That's what we're going to be jumping off point. That's what we're going to get going. We do this every day of the week except Saturday, so I was off yesterday. So I'm a little fresh today. I'm kind of pumped up today. I'm like, eating my Wheaties and stuff. So that means we're going to get into it. We're going to get wild. And we're going to say a lot of truths. We're going to hurt some feelings. And that's intentional. Yeah, that's intentional. Feelings are meant to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to say, hey, man, look. You know what I'm saying? You need to cut back on the snacks, my brother. Got to cut back on the snacks, my brother. You don't want to hear, what you talking about? What you trying to say? Then you cut back on the snacks. Dig them snacks. You know what I'm saying? So, do a little intermittent fasting here and there, you know what I'm saying? Brought down 10 pounds. I ain't bragging or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But, just by altering when I ate. Stop eating after shows. Then going to bed. That's not good. So, it's different things you could do, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, brutal honesty could save your damn life. He ain't no good for you. He ain't no good. He ain't no good. He ain't no good. He talking with his hands and whatnot. Not good for you. One day he get, too hot and somebody could really get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or hanging out with friends that ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? Ended up in jail or in the morgue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good, brutal honesty, man. Sometimes that's what you need in your life. And that's what I'm trying to tell you tonight. It's just brutally honest. That's all it is. Unfortunately, we have such a political climate that's so jacked up. And I do mean so jacked up, man. If I tell you the truth how I feel about Kamala Harris, then dummies. I said I was gonna be nice. I didn't say I was gonna be nice. I'm nice. I don't want to be nice. I don't have to be rude. Look, every time I say something about Kamala, does that mean that I'm a Trump supporter? It doesn't mean that you're a Trump supporter. And if you say something, if Trump gets something right, that don't mean you're a Trump supporter. And if you think Kamala is having a good week, you can say, hey, she's having a pretty good week. That doesn't mean you're a Kamala supporter. Like, we got to stop existing in these binary worlds where only one thing can exist ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, Someone comes in the house and you're watching Star Trek, that don't mean you're a Trekkie. Could have just not want to watch whatever else was on the show. I don't know. Got to ask more questions. You got to become familiar with human beings. You should allow people the space, but that's the problem. We got social media, man. We ain't got no time to figure nothing out. I want to look at something and know what it is. And call it like I see it. You know what I'm saying? We want shorthand when we got social media, right? We don't want to take time and interact with each other. That's why we're on social. We want to get to know people and then judge them fairly. Have conversations, take time and look at, you got 5,000 videos. Instead of judging in 10 seconds of one video, maybe looking to see, he was smooth. He went in on old girl. Ooh, oh shit, damn, he let Tim Scott have it. Oh shit, well okay. Did a Clyburn impression. Okay, so he kind of go at everybody a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But if you're on the judge real quick, my mom used to say, about dogs, she's always say, somebody say, that dog bite. She'd be like, you got teeth, don't it? And, he got teeth. Now, you have some dogs with no teeth. Them dogs, get fed intravenously. You know what I'm saying? Them special kind of dogs. But most dogs have teeth, so most dogs can bite. And that's how we want life to be, man. But life is more nuanced, man, when you dealing with this, political content, man. I put out a post on Twitter today, and it said, and it's from an observation, folks. And it is, I'm seeing a lot of people that are boosting Kamala Harris, but these are not regular people. These are political consultants. These are spokespersons for liberal candidates. These are political consultants and spokespeople for political candidates. I can prove it. Once upon a time, and it wasn't that long ago, when Kamala ran to be president, when she ran to be president back in 2019, 2020, this is the comment, this was a tweet. that was sent by a person that was critical of her. You may recognize the Twitter handle of the person who sent it. God, what's his name again? Gosh. That's right, D.L. Hughley. That's who it is. D.L. Hughley said, Kamala Harris flames out. Black people didn't trust her, and they were wise not to. Yeah. I reached out to D.L. Hughley to confirm this. Make sure it wasn't doctored or nothing. And he hasn't got back to me. So until he gets back to me, I'm just going to go with it being accurate, because I could find nothing on it that looked altered to me. It even has a time, date stamp on it, everything. It's his account. It has a check mark. This was back before Elon owned the platform. So, and that account is still active on X, and it's run apparently either by D.L. Hughley or people that he pays to run it or whatever. So it's kind of strange that we see the same people that this person was a staunch critic of Kamala Harris back in 2019. This is before she got the nomination, obviously. At least he wasn't referring to that in 2019. No, she didn't get the nomination. Well, not nomination. She didn't get the VP pick until 2020. Just before 2020, right? When was this? This was December. So I don't know. It's kind of close, man. But anyway, the point is, he's a totally different person now. And that's what I'm saying, guys. We live in a world full of a bunch of political operatives, paid spokespeople. And it becomes beneficial for them to change it too from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Becomes, it behooves them to go get paid. Now you can't have a conversation with the guy. You can't have he hasn't had an interview in the last year and a half where he hasn't mentioned his close relationship with Kamala and Joe Biden, how he talks to them offline, and and how he went to dinner with him and all this type of stuff. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, is all the noise of surrounding Kamala, is it real? Is it real? Is it a real thing? Because I'm hearing people, and I'm kind of shocked. I'm hearing people saying she got a real shot in winning this thing, and wow, it only took a week for them to say that. They weren't saying that. They weren't saying that Joe Biden had a shot at all. She was already on the ticket, That's what gets me. There are people that did a 180-degree turn, right? But she was VP. It wasn't like she was working at the AMP. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't an astronaut who landed the space shuttle, came home, and they said, hey, run for president. She was already vice president. And these people that are saying she's so amazing, they weren't saying that when she was just right there. She was vice president. Also, all the criticism that people have had for Kamala Harris or for the Joe Biden administration, for Joe Biden, seems like none of that criticism goes to her. That's crazy. But so I'm hearing crazy. I'm hearing people say things I don't know where the logic is coming from. I even saw Stephen A. Smith bigging her up and saying a lot of positive stuff and making a lot of arguments that was, wow. I was like, wow, look at this guy. It makes me wonder if there isn't a lot of money in the system right now. And also, when they kept talking about how Donald Trump was going to pay back his critics, and he was going to go after people that betrayed him or people that dogged him or whatever, and that was a running concern for a lot of folks. Is it possible that that's how Kamala's going to do business? Because I'm just saying, I'm seeing people who were pretty critical of the Biden administration. They never gave caveats. On me, Kamala's amazing. I'm just talking about Joe Biden. I never heard nobody say that. I just heard people saying, get Biden out of here. I never heard them say, and bring on Kamala. That's what we need in this world. It'd be so much better if we just had her. I didn't hear any of them say it. But now it is everywhere. So I want to ask you, that's the question for tonight. The question is, do you think the Kamala hype is real? If you think it's real, give me a 1. If you think it's not, 0. So 1 is, I try to keep 1 as a yes and 0 as a no. Just so we keep it straight in our heads, because I do a lot of these polls. I love these polls, man. I like knowing what people are thinking and just kind of get people involved. And if you haven't hit like, please hit like on this joint for us. We'd appreciate it here. Now, I'm not gonna make you wait to the end of the show for my opinion. You know, I think it's manufactured. I believe that the media is working overtime, because it's mostly run by the Democratic Party. It's working overtime to project the aura of success. It's not that hard to do, really. You know, there's ways to make something look like it's really hot. First thing you got to do is just say it a lot. Just say, you know, she's really hot, and then some people will just go just based on that. They'll think that she's hot. They'll think she's burning up the charts. I don't believe that's the case. I tend to believe that what we got ourselves here is, well, hell, here goes a very short clip from MSNBC, I think it is. Let's hope this is the right one.
How many of you know a black man who has expressed to you that they're committed to voting for Donald Trump? Okay.
Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Very, very honest question. I don't feel like he hedged. I wasn't there for the whole thing, obviously. But he said, like, how many of you know people that he's got a room of black men, and he's asking those black men, do you know people that are voting for Trump? Now, I could have swore I just saw a clip where Angela Rao on MSNBC, same network, she sat there with Charlamagne the God, talking to Jake Tapper, and she said it was all, what was the word? A nothing burger. She said it was a nothing burger, that there weren't people voting for Donald Trump. Black men. That it wasn't the thing. She spoke as if she'd met a whole lot of black men and spent a lot of time with them, and that they felt comfortable expressing their political thoughts with her. Because that was pretty clear. That's what she said. And obviously, Charlamagne didn't say anything. He just sat there like he was on Prozac or something, I don't know, something. And she said it, and Jake didn't question it. And it's like, okay, so this guy, this MSNBC contributor, he asked the question, and the black men, they raised their hands. Kind of strange. Okay, so
how many of you know a black man who has expressed to you that they're committed to voting for Donald Trump? Okay. For the brothers who have told you that or said that to you, has the emergence of Kamala Harris changed that for those brothers? No. Why? How many of you?
Hey, look, guys. Hold on.
No.
None of them. None of the men. None of the brothers there. None of the men that were asked the question who said they know of brothers who are supporting Donald Trump. They didn't say, did you know a brother? He said, do you know of other black men? Men is plural. Do you know of other black men that are supporting Donald Trump? And now that Kamala is running, have they changed their tune? And they all said no. And I know that's anecdotal, that's isolated, right? That ain't everybody. That ain't everybody, obviously. You ain't got enough microphones to go question everybody, right? But I do find it kind of interesting because, yeah, I don't think they were lying. I don't think they were Trump supporters. I don't know if these people are or not, but I don't think they are bots. That's the word. I don't think they are bots. I don't think they're hired. I think MSNBC wouldn't would try to do their best not to get people that are actually working for the Trump campaign. I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But they don't call it the MSDNC for nothing. This is MSDNC. This ain't Fox News. This is MSDNC. They love the DNC. They know where their butter or their bread is buttered. They know where they get crabs from. They know what kind of season they're gonna be on the crabs. They know the place to go get the creamy shakes, right? This is this shake spot for the DNC. The DNC has their shakes. That's where they go to get their shake. That's their Shake Shack. That's their spot. That's where they go. That's their Panera bread. All right. And you hear the sentiment. It was no flinching. It was bam. So like that's anecdotal. But then there's other stuff I've seen online from other people. And I want to warn you before I play this set, some of the language that you're going to hear is going to be a little bit rough. Yeah, because some people, it seemed a little pissed when they start talking about Kamala. I'm gonna try to play one. Here goes a sister. Let's go with the sisters first, because for some reason the sisters have been only black women are being shown to be these like huge Kamala supporters suddenly. Okay. No one supported her during the 2020 race. She dropped out before Iowa. But now, suddenly, all of these people that they had nothing, they weren't bigging her up. Now they've all changed. So here goes a sister talking about just that.
Hey, yo, Democrats, let me tell you something real quick. We ain't fucking with Kamala, bro. Nah. We don't like no pause, so we ain't like her when she became the vice president. You know damn well we ain't trying to have her dead. Because, see, this bitch still talking about electric school buses and shit. So we ain't like her when she became the vice president. You know damn well we ain't trying to have her dead. Because, see, this bitch still talking about electric school buses and shit.
Yeah, see, I told you the language is going to be a little colorful here because, I don't know, I get the impression that not everybody is on the Kamala bandwagon. Some people are forming their own opinions. It doesn't mean they're Trump supporters. It doesn't mean Trump supporters. It does not mean they're RFK supporters. And it doesn't mean they're Cornel West supporters or Jill Stein supporters. Just not Kamala Harris supporters. That's still legal. You can still not like somebody, even if they happen to be light brown skin or people say they're American, Black American, or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? You can still not like somebody. You can still not rock with their politics because we don't personally know anybody. But this sister is pretty adamant, man. Let's let her keep going, man. Just a little bit longer. You know, I'm gonna try to limit the language, but let's go.
When asked, what can you do for the black community, she said nothing. But yet again, their administration did something for the Asians, the Native Americans, the transgenders, and but it couldn't do nothing for the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Now, your chocolate ass, I just don't feel like you responded right with the masses stuff. I don't. Because as a black woman, you should have been mad as hell. As a black woman, you should have been hot, Kamala. But you wasn't. You were still crispy cool. Now, I don't know no black women that were crispy cool like that, but that ain't none of my business. But it is, though, because I just want everybody to know we ain't fucking with you. We is not fucking with you, Kamala. You is not it. You don't even look the part. You don't even look like you gonna come over there and black woman some shit. You don't. You don't. I don't remember not one time you even stood up for us, Kamala.
That's a good point. Yeah, see, that's one of the things that people overlook that I've noticed. A lot of my Kamala supporters, they never point out the instances over the last 4 years or so where Kamala had an opportunity to stand up for black folks, and she took it. I mean, working class black folks. I don't mean like George Floyd tweets. I don't mean that. I mean, the myriad of issues, the stuff that really hits home, like the home foreclosures. I told y'all we only get like 2% of SBA loans. They brag about these SBA loans. We don't get them. I'm a wager you right now. The new immigrants that have come here in the last 6 months, 9 months, a year, they're going to get more of a percentage of SBA loans than Black Americans. And even if I'm wrong, I won't be wrong by a lot because we only get 2%. Frankly, like I don't want to get pissed off, but there are people who think Kamala's a good choice. And they don't care that she was a part of an administration where we got 2% of small business loans. They want to know about Gaza though, but they don't want to know about MLK Avenue. They don't care about that. But see, that gets me. That's when I get mad. That's when I get ticked off, man. You know, so I don't want to get ticked off. She mad enough for me. I'm gonna leave her right there. If you don't care about Black people having businesses and being able to, you know, be productive in this society, it's kind of hard to live in a capitalistic environment and be broke, but I get it. Black people, 40% of the homeless population, we make up like 13% of the population. I know that's a big issue to me, not so much to you. If you want to know what we're doing with that Ukraine money, I do too. But meanwhile, 50% of families that are homeless are Black. Just letting you know. And we are nowhere near half the population in America. So there's a lot of reasons why when I hear the stats that the Kamala bots are running off, that they're reciting off about all the great things, they're not talking about the stuff I'm talking about. I feel like I'm 50 Cent right now, but they're not talking about the things I'm talking about, man. And I never ever heard a brother tell me nothing that I need to hear now one time, man. This Kamala Harris thing is really starting to get to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not making no sense to me, you know what I mean? Man. All right, keep going, sister. I'm sorry. I don't want to compete.
You ain't putting no foot in the fire. You ain't did shit in the whole time. You been in politics. You was right here putting our brothers away and, you know what I'm saying, not allowing evidence to show to get them out of jail. You know, that was you. That was you, Kamala. You did that. So I hope them Democrats don't think it's going to have the Obama effect where we was voting by color. Because I promise you, I'm waiting on Mr. Orange Man to bring his ass back.
Well, I guess I was wrong. She may be Trump supporter because she said I'm waiting on the Orange Man. But okay. She may be a Trump supporter, but there it is. That's the sighting right there. The fact that I got a Black woman that's a Trump supporter and that she's actually getting play, like, and she's not a content like creator, because this money, it's a bag attached to that. It's a bag online, it's a bag attached to it. Right? So I don't know. I'm not saying they're doing it just for the bag, but it's hard to turn down millions of dollars. I mean, I haven't been faced with these predicaments. I'm too dumb. I keep saying I don't rock with either one of these people. But anyway, so that was good. So this is why I say, back to the title, the question is the Kamala Harris Mania a real thing? Is it taking over the country? But is it really? That's the question. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. And while I was looking for more signs that maybe the corporate media has pulled a fast one on us, trying to Noam Chomsky, linguist, very notable thinker, philosopher. He had a book called Manufacturing Consent, and it talks about how they get you to agree with their plans by running all types of social engineering schemes on the American people in order to influence you to do what they want you to do, and making it appear like it was your choice to do it by setting up a certain set of circumstances that push you in that direction without you even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Like you just find yourself funneled into this direction, and you were like, okay, this is what we need to do. They're like, yeah, I knew you. Smart man, I'm glad you chose that. We had nothing to do with it at all. So when I was looking, I found this guy. And this brother, he had some thoughts too.
I'm watching Kamala Harris election campaign thing, and I just feel like, let me just say this to everybody out there who voted for Kamala Harris. I think y'all stupid as the motherfucker.
Okay, see, I'm trying to keep the language, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to, like, you know, like, I would like to monetize the video if possible, but, you know, I guess if I can, I can. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Bruh came out the gate with the guns loaded. What can I say? I was going to try to catch it and stop it, but it is what it is. I hope he doesn't get too more graphic. You know what I'm saying? He got one MF off. Let's see if he keeps the thing.
Stupid as a mother.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, man, I'm beginning to believe that not only some people not feeling Kamala, but some people are just really ticked off like about it, like really don't support it. Like really, like Hillary Clinton level of non-support. You know what I'm saying? Like in the area of you know what I'm saying, in the area of really not rolling with him at all. I'm getting John McCain is running vibes. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's let him keep going. Now he got one more. I'm gonna give him one more, okay? Come on, bruh. Keep it PG-13. Let's try this.
Fuck him.
Damn. My man, you know, you can't, you know, it is what it is. You know, so some people, you know, they wear their emotions on their sleeve, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I get it, man. I appreciate his honesty, man. That's how that brother feel. But you know, I keep seeing these things, I keep seeing these polls, and I see other information everywhere I look, and they're telling me how amazing Kamala's doing. Like Kamala's killing it, and never before has a political candidate done so well. Like she is so amazing, and you know, and I'm gonna believe, you know, the polls. I'm gonna believe myself. What kind of idiot am I? I believe in myself. I'm just wondering, do I have anything else on her? I thought I had more. I thought I had some like polling numbers or something, guys. I don't know. I thought I had more here because there was some polls that showed things were tying up. Let me see. Let me go over here. Let's see if there's something under this over here. I don't think there is. Well, you know what? To kind of prove my point about, yeah, I guess I don't know what I did with it. I guess I could find it. Here, check out Kamala Harris. This is a good clip. I'm gonna play this while I go get my files. Here goes Kamala Harris. They ask her an important question. Because see, I want people to understand the people that are pushing back on Kamala and those who are not pushing back on Kamala. I think it's gonna come a time when they're going to. Yeah, because you know things get exciting in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And people reading off teleprompters and doing commercials and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Commercials and what have you. And it looks really good because you got great film. You know, people that know cinematography and stuff. It make things look really dope. You know, you're like, wow, look how great this looks like. Y'all seen the commercial that she did? Yeah, I do have that. Let me do that. Let me play the commercial. The one where she was talking to the Obamas and they were talking about how great, you know, yeah, I do have that. Let me get that. There's the Kamala, the DI. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, I think this is it. No, here it goes. Obama's the acceptance speech. This is the one.
Hello. Hi.
Hey there.
Oh, hi. You're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh, my goodness. Michelle, Barack, this means so much to me. I am looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both, and getting out there, being on the road. But most of all, I just want to tell you the words you have spoken and the friendship that you have given over all these years mean more than I can express. So thank you both. It means so much. And we're going to have some fun with this too, aren't we?
Well, Kamala Harris just got an endorsement from not just Barack Obama, but Michelle Obama too.
Yeah.
Two of the most influential Democrats in the country. And that's the one, because so that was the clip, and I looked at that clip and I thought that was a great clip. Then I realized something. I realized that it was all totally bogus. And then I realized that it lacked authenticity because, well, we all knew that wasn't done in real time. And, the fact that the way it was recorded, it was like they were trying to make us believe that it was an impromptu type thing, that wasn't strategic, that wasn't set up, wasn't coordinated. You know what I'm saying? That she was just walking, just being herself, no security or nothing, and just taking phone calls. And they just hit her on the hip, you know what I'm saying? And she's just walking. And it's like, oh, wow. And this just happens to be Michelle and Barack, you know what I'm saying? And they talk about, hey, we're going to endorse you, girl. We're going to fight for you. She's like, what? Oh, so great to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? I understand what they're going for, but it insults black people's intelligence. Not just black people, all people intelligence. You know what I'm saying? But it insults the voters' intelligence. Like, we know that ain't how that went down. Like, that's a setup thing. Why the phone sound so clear? Like, it's just all manufacturing, right? To give you a certain impression when we know it's not the case. If Obama didn't want her to be doing what she's doing, he'd be staging the coup to knock her out at the convention. We all know this, right? We know how Obama gets down. This is Obama's party. Joe was just sitting on the egg for a little while. This is Obama's baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, Biden. So, anyway. So I believe, like I said, I do not believe that all the Kamala Harris hype is real. I believe it is manufactured. I believe it is put together in order to give you a certain type of feeling, to make you believe it. And I believe that corporate media is doing their best to project this. It's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of incentives in it for them, man. It's a lot of money in this, first of all. Not just from the donors that contribute, but also from the ad space, the ad spins. I was looking at the ad spins that Kamala's doing right now. Kamala, they are just throwing money out the back of the Brinks truck. Like this, Joe. They're just throwing money out. The networks is like, yeah, bring it on. Come to me. Come. And then Trump has got to try to compete. So Trump is also, he got a smaller Brinks truck, but he throwing money out the back. He got big money donors, 2 billionaires and millionaire donors who have any amount, just to run it up, run the numbers up. So that's what's going on. And I believe all of this is being carried out by the corporate media. Now, we can get upset about it if we want to. We can get angry. I can get angry about it. I get all pissed off, raise my blood pressure and shit. For what? Why am I so upset? I mean, there's good reasons. I want us to get something for our vote. It's the only reason why I do politics. So this is why I cover content of political nature. You know what I'm saying? Because I want us to get something for our vote. I got kids and grandkids now, and I want them to have a better life than I did. Not a lesser life, which is the way it's looking. But anyway, but they're doing their best. They're putting their best foot forward to show us how great Kamala is doing. So I did find one of those videos, and I want to give a full picture of what's happening. So let me see. I think this is how long is this one? How long is that one? Here we go. Here goes one that's going to tell you how great Kamala is doing.
Earlier this week, we brought you the news of how on Sunday night, after President Biden dropped out of the race, the activist group Win with Black Women literally almost broke Zoom, organizing a call with 44,000 people to make sure Kamala Harris wins the White House this November. In 24 hours, that one Zoom call raised more than $1.5 million for the Harris campaign. And at 44,000 people, the call was only about 1,000 people short of the world record for the biggest Zoom call ever.
Was that Donna Brazile? Was that Donna Brazile? Oh, okay. See, love you, Donna. How you doing, girl? Good to see you, Momo. Auntie Brazil. You go, girl. You ain't changed a bit since 2019. Or was it 2017? Then I saw you in 2018 in Politico. You ain't changed a bit. You ain't aged a bit, girl. You look good. You still making that gumbo with the unduli sausage? You know how you do. You know how you do. Mrs. Black says hello. All right, now. See, I'm having a private conversation with my friend Donna Brazile because Donna Brazile was a guest on the Tim Black Show. And I was asking her then, why is it that the DNC is such a corrupt vehicle? Why is it such a corrupt vehicle? And why did Hillary Clinton own the DNC that made it an unfair race in 2020 and 2016? But anyway, the point is this. A lot of people that were on that Zoom call were not just regular people on that Zoom call. These are not just regular people. These are like operatives for the DNC. And all the operatives all around the country are part of all the organizations all across the country. What they did to run the numbers up is if you had an organization, a women's organization, that gets money from the DNC, anything related to the Democratic Party, any type of relation to a think tank, you got a certain number of seats. That's for every person that was in the organization. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? You understand where I'm going with this? So, how else could you get that many people at one time? That's a coordinated event with people that are affiliated with the corporation of the Democratic National Committee. Or the committee, okay? So that's where that came from. And I really didn't think about that until I saw Donna Brazile. Because I know Donna Brazile, she don't do nothing like regular people do. Yeah, she don't do nothing like regular people do. No, not at all, not at all. Donna Brazile is too heavy a hitter. Donna Brazile trains politicians. She consults with politicians. The word salad, you hear people say, I'm sorry, I don't want to bore y'all. When I interviewed Donna Brazile, I had input from all these content creators in this space. And I asked them to give me questions to ask her. So it was like, when I sat down with her, I had questions and follow-up questions from like 10 people that you know probably, if you were progressive YouTube. The point is this, Donna Brazile, she taught politicians how to do the word salad. People underestimate. They just see a black woman and they just discount how good she is. She is an expert propagandist. They pay her to, if you were a Democrat, if you running somebody, you get somebody out of office and you need to coach somebody up on how to answer questions without answering questions, you call in Donna Brazile. And Donna Brazile will, for a fee, she will train you on how to lie. I mean, obfuscate. I mean, how to BS. How to say nothing, but sound like you saying something. That's what she does. Okay? But anyway, so I just want people to know, put you understand, I want to give you some political knowledge, information here. That's what you saw. This Zoom call was not me and you and a bunch of people just getting together organically. This was not organic. These are people at work. This is their job. If you want to keep getting your DNC check, I need y'all to dial into this, all hands on deck for the Democratic Party. You understand? Okay, I think you get it. Let's keep going.
The world record held for another 4 days, but it was broken last night. Last night, an event called White Women Answer the Call held their own Zoom to organize for Kamala Harris, inspired by Sunday's Win with Black Women call.
Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to cut y'all off, man. I gotta say this. The Democratic Party is supposed to be the anti-racist party, right? Right? And they say I'm wrong, right? When I say, hey, Kamala, hey, man, I don't mean no harm, but she not a black American, man. She black, but she ain't a black American. When I say not black, I mean black American. Of course, she brown skinned. We can see that. Everybody on this side of the equator is black, okay? Color. I'm talking about ethnicity, belonging to a group with commonalities in the physical, in the geographical structure of the United States. That means people whose parents, whose grandparents and great-great-grandparents came through the transatlantic slave trade in the United States and were born in the United States. We share a common thing. That's what I mean. But people say that's mean to say that. They say that's wrong, but I don't understand. Because y'all been bigging up this thing, these Zoom calls with the blacks and the Zoom calls with the whites. Now, let me get this right. If Donald Trump had a Zoom call called White People for Trump, white guys for Trump, let's go white guys for Trump, how would that go over? Just saying. This Zoom call was called White Women Something Kamala, right? That's what it was, right? Why are they making that a thing? See, they got a narrative going. Obviously, it's a narrative. They're trying to sell us on some BS. They're trying to use her skin color to try to prepare. They didn't do this for Obama. They don't do this when they just had Joe. There was no white woman for Joe. Was there any white women for Joe calls? Was there any white guys for Joe? Was there any blacks for Joe? I'm just asking, did I see that? Did I miss that? I didn't think so. I keep telling people, stop with the whole Republicans are the only ones that have racism in the party. What is this? Oh, because they are honorary, good white. These people are all like, John Browns. Yeah, they're they're anti-slave, anti-racist. And all right, let's keep going, Giles. I'm sorry. Just I hate hypocrisy, man. Big hypocrisy.
As of today, that Zoom has raised $8.5 million for the Harris campaign.
That's a lot more than 1.5, but okay.
And those two calls were not the only ones for Kamala Harris this week.
Holly Holiday, Mallory McMorrow. I bet Rapinoe. Yeah, okay. I bet if we look these people up, these are all famous people in the Democratic Party. I'm looking at names, and some of these names I know. There goes Pink. You guys know Pink. There she is. Celebrities.
On Monday, more than 20,000 people joined a Win with Black Men Zoom call for Harris.
What I tell you, it seems like, so when Donald Trump can't even say black jobs, as in helping black people keep their jobs. That was somehow made into a negative. Even though black people are 2.5 times, almost 3 times more likely to be unemployed compared to white men. But him saying they're taking black jobs, we need to change that, they're taking black jobs, that was seen as negative. But the Democrats can say, black men for this and black women for that and white. So they could delineate with color all day on the Democrat side. And it don't help us. And it's not about a policy or something they're trying to do for us. But when they want to use us and mobilize us for them, then they're using blackness and they're categorizing. You get what I'm saying? Okay. I think you get it. I think you I don't want to run it into the ground. It's just it's obvious. Stop playing here.
Harris. That call raised more than $1.3 million. On Wednesday, nearly 10,000 people joined a South Asian.
Look at that, man. And they made the black guys even raise a little less. They didn't even want to even it up. You could have slid a little bit from the woman's side and slid it over to the guy's side so we could have matched, so we could have had the same amount of money. I mean, guys, come on now. We're not stupid. We do know. This is all smoke and mirrors. This is all, like, we know this is BS, right? We're not really buying this, are we? You really think they was like 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato, 5 potato? You don't think they could have said, you know what? We don't want to pit black men and black women against each other. Let's say they both raised the same amount of money. Let's just say it. Who's gonna know? I'm just saying. It just seems like, yet again, it just seems a little like they're like pitting each other against people against one another. But okay. A little bit more of this, and then we'll go to another
Women for Harris Zoom, raising more than $250,000. And on Thursday, another 20,000 people joined the human rights campaign's Out for Kamala Harris LGBT.
Look at that, man. Desi aunties, thousands of South Asian American women joined the Zoom. How much did they raise? Didn't the LGBT community join? I bet if we looked and saw who these people are in these pictures, they would be DNC affiliated organizations. Yeah, I feel strongly so. Strongly so. How would they even know to attend? You know, is this like this took an ad out in the Craigslist? They did something on Grindr? They put out a Facebook ad for the Zoom call? And how would they verify who was who coming in? Right? How would you know who's going to, you know what I'm saying? How do you coordinate this? I'm just saying, it just seems bogus.
TQ plus call. They raised more than $300,000. And remember, this week started with...
Hey, man, that's not a lot of money, man. I'm upset with the LGBTQ. What is that? What is that? You have to have more money than that. You don't have a bunch of kids running around, do you? Maybe they do, Tim. Maybe they do. See, this is all smoke and mirrors, man. This is once again, manufacturing consent.
With the news that Kamala Harris had raised a record $81 million in her first 24 hours as a candidate. So the fact that these Zooms were still getting people to donate even after that surge of cash is not nothing. But maybe more importantly, these calls all encourage people to get active, to volunteer.
Hey, I know this guy. That's the guy that the big time Democrat guy, you know, that's like used to be in Star Trek. Out for Kamala Harris. This is like an organization on the other side. Oh, this is the LGBTQ group. Oh, he's with them. Okay. Human Rights Campaign Out for Kamala Harris. Okay.
And that message seems to be working. Yesterday, the Harris campaign reported that in just the past week, the campaign has seen 170,000 people volunteer.
That's a lot of people volunteering, man. So look, based on all this information, based on all these numbers, it looks like they're doing a good job of manufacturing consent. Don't ask no questions. Don't you dare ask a question about what's going on, how this all came about so swiftly. How were you able to transition this and put this together in 24 hours? In 24 hours, right? 48 hours? It ain't been that long, Johnson. This didn't happen today or yesterday. This was like before the weekend, these Zoom calls. How were they able to get up to speed that quickly after Joe resigned? You know, well, stepped down. I keep saying resigned, but, you know, decided he was not going to run. He's not going to accept the nomination of the Democratic Party, which he had already said he was accepting. So, I don't know, man. Let's see what else they got real quick before we leave. Oh, that's the ad we already saw. We know the ad. Here we go.
Politics revolved around the idea of double haters who didn't like Trump and didn't like Biden, and how nearly 1 in 5 Americans didn't want either man. Today, the double hater phenomenon appears to have just disappeared.
Do you believe that's even possible? 1 in 5 Americans said they didn't like either Donald Trump or Joe Biden. They all knew Kamala was the VP, right? And now you say, in 3 days, all the people that said they did not like either candidate, all of a sudden they changed. And they all like Kamala or Trump now, even though they just said they didn't. One more time, guys.
Running mates. And she has launched an incredibly successful digital and rapid response campaign that has basically made her queen of the internet. A week ago, the biggest discussion in politics revolved around the idea of double haters. Double haters who didn't like Trump and didn't like Biden.
You're a double hater if you don't like a particular candidate. You're not an American citizen, a voter that just doesn't like the candidate. You're a hater. That's right, you're a hater. Yeah, I started this off talking about manufacturing consent, where you socially engineer, you put into people's heads you program them basically to be susceptible to your nonsense, to give you what you want without them really knowing it. And that's sort of what this whole thing is. Like, you're considered a hater, not a non-Trump supporter or not a Kamala supporter. You're considered a hater. Get it? Like, that to me is people trying to manipulate you. Because that's a negative. It's not a negative not to like a particular candidate. That is what you call choice. That's called your American-given constitutional right. You have a right not to like a candidate, just like you got a right not to like peas. And Lord behold, you may be a person that doesn't like Brussels sprouts either. Those people exist. There are people who don't like either one of those, and they're not haters. They're just not Brussels sprouts eaters or pea eaters. That's all they are. But if you had some pizza, or you had some lamb chops, or if you had some turnips, I don't know, some onion rings, they'd be down. But they just don't want peas and they just don't want Brussels sprouts. What else you got? In most countries, you have other choices because they have like 5 parties, 4-5 parties, and you don't just got 2 choices. See, people felt they only had 2 choices because no one's given Dr. West any play, or RFK Jr. any play, or Jill Stein any play, or I'm sorry, sister, I forget your name at the moment. No one's giving them any play, so they don't even know that there's 5 options. But how valuable are the 5 options is they're not getting any media attention. See what I'm saying? But they're going to call you, since you're not fitting into the system. You're not going with the flow. The flow is, you got to pick one of these 2. Hey, man, take all the time you need to choose between these 2. Nah, man, it's up to you, man. Free will, man. You got these 2 choices. That's it. Got 2 choices. But it's your choice. But see, when you limit the choices to just 2 things, is that really a choice? And then if you don't vote, oh, God, then it's even worse. You are scum of the earth. And she's saying all those people who felt that way all changed when Kamala put out a video doing like this. She put out a video doing like this. And all the people that said, I hate Joe, they said, I like this Kamala. No policies now. Not a damn policy at all. On her website, nothing but a place to donate money. And they say all of a sudden, in less than 72 hours to be safe. In 72 hours, all the people who felt like, I don't like either one of them, all said, give me Kamala. I'll take Kamala for 200.
And how nearly 1 in 5 Americans didn't want either man. Today, the double hater phenomenon appears to have just disappeared.
Man, if that, look, guys, I'm sorry, we got to stop watching that right now. Because if I got people that believe that's how people think and how they operate, dog, why the rush? Why the rush? See, this is the corporate media getting a little bit too full of themselves. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They get a little bit too excited. I mean, you could show a lot of the people that are sheepish. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, look at Box. Box say, choose this. Lady in Box say, do this. Boom, 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 do that, do that. That's what we do. We do what Box say do. The nice lady on the screen says, do this, so we're going to do like this. We're going to do like this. If you go backwards, that means that you okay. And you can do the other way. And you do the seven. The other way. There you go. You go. So that proves something. I don't know what it proves. That you hungry and you got a headache or something. But I'm just saying, like, they get overexcited. They go too far. There's 100 days until the election. And they want to tell you in 3 days, everybody made their mind up. And they all chose Kamala. There ain't been no debates. She don't have no policies on the board. She ain't even lied about policies yet. And all of a sudden, already, it's over. That took no time at all. Jesus Mugabe. Do I got something? I think I have something that shows like stats. Let me see if I got some stats here.
This hour with just 100 days until the election and a presidential race that's been completely upended since President Biden exited the race just 1 week ago. In just the past week, Vice President Kamala Harris cemented her support in the Democratic Party, raised millions of dollars, and signed up an army of volunteers in key swing states. She's also effectively erased former President Donald Trump's polling lead. CNN senior data reporter Harry Enton is joining us now to run the numbers. And Harry, it does come down to the numbers in all of this. So where do we stand nationally with 100 days to go?
Tight, tight, tight. You know, 100 days to go. I can't believe we finally gotten here. All right, this is Trump versus Harris nationally. Look, I think the thing that I want to sort of get down in here and sort of point out is the Harris-Trump race has actually been fairly steady. You can see this pre-Biden dropout. You had Trump +2. Look at where we are this week, Trump +1. Again, a race with no clear leader being the key thing here. But the big change, Jessica, is the fact that Democrats made that change from Biden to Harris. Why do I say it's the big change? It's because this little asterisk at the bottom, which points out that Biden trailed Trump by 6 points. By 6 points among the same pollsters that, in fact, had Harris down only 2. So Democrats, by making that change, were able to turn what was looking like a runaway race for Donald Trump into one that, at this point, is just way too close to call with no clear leader. Trump up by just 1, and that could definitely change over time.
And tell us about some of the latest data that we're seeing in the battlegrounds.
So what they're saying is, in 3 days, with no policies, and I'm thinking she doesn't have any policies put up because she didn't have any time. Or it could just be she's going to use a policy she was already using, a part of the Biden-Harris administration. And I don't know if people noticed or not, but a lot of those policies weren't doing so good. At least, you know, it didn't seem that way. But now all of a sudden, people love those policies, I guess, because now it's been like a 4-point swing just by saying her name. That's all that's happened. Her moving from VP on the ticket to head of the ticket, and they don't even know who the VP is, made them go, millions of people go, okay, how about that? That's what they're selling us. I don't think that's accurate. I don't believe it. But let me hear what they say about the swing states.
How Trump and Harris are faring against each other there.
Yeah, so, you know, it all comes down to the Electoral College. So why don't we look at these key battleground states, Harris versus Trump margin once again. Look, these are the Great Lake battleground states, the ones that we've been talking about this entire campaign. Look at this, Wisconsin, is the one that had the biggest separation between the two of them in Fox News polling this week, and it's just +1 Trump, well within the margin of error. Michigan a tie. Pennsylvania, of course, a key state, that is tied right now. And of course, what does that mean? That means that the pathway to 270 electoral votes, this was the path that, of course, Joe Biden wanted to sort of ride along, is wide open for Kamala Harris. This is a Great Lakes path. So even if she lost in Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, all 3 states that Joe Biden won last time around in 2020, if she was able to sweep those Great Lake battleground states, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and we know that those states are close right now, that would get her to exactly 270 electoral votes. So this Great Lakes path is wide open for the vice president.
Yeah, check that out, guys. So immediately, according to our poster, immediately in 3 days, just by going from VP to president, what looked like a blowout is now anybody's race. You know who that's good for? That's good for corporate money, man. That's good for advertisers. That's good for everybody who's got bets out there in place. That's good for the bookies. That's good for the networks. You know what I'm saying? That's good for the lobbyists. That's good for the politicians trying to collect that paper. That is good for everybody in this system. That's good for the commentators. That's good for the influencers that are getting paid. And remember, a lot of them influencers are just paid spokespeople and paid liberal political consultants like our friend D.L. Hughley. Remember D.L. Hughley? That's the guy who put this out there. Remember this guy? This guy that's now her biggest friend. This guy, it's the same guy in 2019 that said black people didn't trust her and they were wise not to. Yes, that now he's a political consultant who not only supports her, but talks to her on the phone and hangs out with her, goes to dinner, and then does a tour with her where he's like the host. He's like the host and brings her to other like black cities to talk about how great the Biden-Harris campaign was. Same guy. That's good for them too, because it's all about money. This is a capitalistic society. It is about the paper. And that's what I believe is driving all this. I'm not even going to say, I'm not even going to go there with ideology, man. I'm just going to focus on money right there. Because you might disagree with a lot of stuff, but you got to agree. America pretty much runs on money. I mean, that's pretty much the cornerstone. I mean, I know we say we got a lot of religions in America, but at the end of the day, most people, most entities, most of these, worship money. They just do. It is what it is. So I'm gonna have to go with that as far as the money part. Now, we got that. I still want to strongly feel, remember, you asked the question in the beginning, do you believe that the Kamala Harris Mania is taking over the country, but has it really? You think it has? You think it really is taking over the country? Give me a 1 for yes. If you think it's not taking over the country, give me a 0. Okay, that means no, it's not. I'm giving it a 0. I give it a 0. I don't believe it's taking over the country. I believe the best shot they have, the only shot they have, is to pretend to be a winner. Yeah, you got to pretend to be a winner. You got to put your best foot forward. You got to manufacture the success. Fake it till you make it. Talk the talk. Talk the walk until you can walk the talk. Got to talk the walk first. You know, play the game. This is all Washington speak, man. I learned about this when I was working in D.C., man. I never lived anywhere else except the DMV. D.C., Maryland, Virginia. And I've never lived in Virginia, but I worked there a couple months for a little while. But mostly all my time was spent government contracting in Washington, D.C., around these people. Let me tell you, make it till you fake it, talk the walk, play the game. This is what they do. This smells just like that. Just like that's what's happening with the Kamala Harris campaign. She don't have a policy to hold her hat, to hang her hat on. They're going, and you don't tell me about Republicans and race, because that's all they're going to be using. They're going to be using heavy doses of race. People talk about Trump, and I talk about Trump, like Trump with this qualified immunity stuff. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Trump is leaning into his base. So that's another thing that's going to happen. one thing that's definitely going to happen, guys, is Trump's going to have to get even more racist. He's going to have to play games. He's got to play he's got to turn up the heat on the race because Kamala's going to be turning it up on the race. They're already turning it up on the race. And he's not going to get any leeway at all. You already know this. So he's going to have to do it other ways by saying stuff like, I'm going to be supporting the cops and you don't. And I want to, what do you say? I want to give absolute immunity to police officers. What cops already have qualified immunity. That means unless they violate your constitutional rights, they can't be held personally liable for nothing. Do you realize the percentage of cops that actually like go to court for stuff they did? It's like 1%. You're more likely to get struck by lightning than to be, if you're a cop, to be brought up on charges. Real talk. It gets a lot of publicity because this is the publicity business. Because what I said earlier about the money thing. You are more likely to be struck by lightning. Probably there's more bear attacks than there are more bear attacks than there are cops going to jail for beating up people and shooting people or whatever, shooting people. Okay? More people get attacked by bears. But that doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter. Because when they put it on TV, time after time after time, people think it's happening a lot more. They think this thing is going on. They think it's a jeopardy. They're in jeopardy. This is a phenomenon. It's happening everywhere. Cops are just going to jail like hotcakes. Now, it's really like 3 cops, like the Botham Jean case. And they're years apart, in time. Of course, the George Floyd Derek Chauvin case. Guy, who else went to jail? I don't know. Jesus. It's kind of hard to remember people that went to jail. Actually went to jail. Oh, that one cop was shot. Laquan McDonald in Pennsylvania. But though, if you remember, these cases are spaced by years. But it doesn't matter because Trump's got to play up his base. He's got to go for something. So now he said, well, I want to, we already got qualified immunity for cops. That's why they don't go to jail. On a federal level, we're going to give them a super duper platinum Trump qualified immunity because it'll be something, we're going to give them another level of immunity so that we know it'll never pass. But I just want to say it because people clap. So this is going to become even more toxic. This is going to become even more crazy. It's going to turn into, if you think this is a shit show now, you ain't seen nothing. Order raincoats, goggles. And if you don't wear a mask, you wear a mask, so wear a mask. Because you don't want anything to go in your mouth. Trust me. I'm wondering if I have this clip. Now, if I don't have it, that might be good. Because maybe it's not meant for me to say this. Damn it. But I'm going to look for it because this person is a jackass. So I would like to put him on blast if I can find it. You're lucky I can't find it. There's a clip by Ari Spears I was looking for. Ari Spears is a comedian, and I know he's a comedian, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to hold him more accountable than you would hold typical people. It's just, I know where I can find it. It's just when you are a comedian and you don't stick to jokes and you want to commentate, well, then you step into the commentary, arena. Because you stepped and you wanted to commentate. You wanted to get into commentary. No one said you had to. It's just what you chose to do. I wonder who was it? Well, who posted that? Hold on, guys. I know I have it over here on I'm on Twitter right now. What's up to my Twitter people, y'all? Replies. Let's see if we can find this real quick. Because I would like to promote Aries Spears content. Black unemployment, anyone? How Kamala? Damn, I don't see it, man. Anybody got the Aries Spears clip? Did I say he took off of YouTube? They say he took it off his Instagram. Anybody seen that in the comment section, guys? Let me go Aries Spears. I thought that I commented on it or did something with it. They got, damn. Oh, here it goes. Let's copy that. This will be worth it. Trust me, guys. This will be worth it. Because not every day when Aries Spears, makes this type of a comment, or that a comedian does this badly. Frankly, yeah, he worked really hard at this. Ladies and gentlemen, Aries Spears.
What up, it's your boy Aries Spears here. Condolences to Sonia Massey and her family. While the officer has been indicted, which is a good thing, Trump has said that he's going to give police officers complete immunity. Now, I want you black people who keep screaming MAGA 2024 to explain to me why y'all not disgusted by this. And furthermore, yes, I'm voting for...
Cops already had complete immunity. People that are members of the Tim Black Show who joined at the unqualified immunity level, guess Aries never heard of that. And I understand that. I have a small organization. They got a free book from the unqualifiedimmunity.org group that I belong to. And they got this great book put together by Ben and Jerry's. And we've been trying to get the word out about this for years. So this is a thing that we've been trying to end. It didn't end under, under Obama. It didn't end under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And nobody's talking about ending it under Kamala. She ain't talking about shit. So qualified immunity already exists, Aries. Maybe that's why no one is going wild, because they already knew we had it. That's why everybody always gets off, Aries. What you thought it was just juries? All right, let's keep going, because he says more because he wants you to know how knowledgeable he is on all these things.
I want you black people who keep screaming MAGA 2024 to explain to me why y'all not disgusted by this. And furthermore, yes, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. You know why? Because historically, white folks have always looked after their own. So I'm looking after mine.
Nah, I wouldn't say historically white folks. This is, see now, white people don't always look after black people. In fact, they don't even look at it like that all the time. Here's the deal, man. Here's what we know. White people kill white people an awful lot. I wish we could end this notion that white people only look after white people. There are white people that don't care about white people at all. I mean, you know how long it was before white people let other white people vote? If you didn't have money, you were nobody in America, right? You had to be a land-owning white man. There were a lot of white guys who didn't have shit. Also, white women are considered white people. Also, and we all know how they got treated. But more than that, man, when it comes to, for instance, unions, right? The shit that white people had to go through to get treated white in America was a lot. It wasn't like black people per se, but I'm just trying to say this idea that white people look out for white people is a fallacy. There's a certain group of white people that take advantage of poor white people to a very high extent. The thing is, they pit those poor white people against black people because they know if the poor black people and the poor white people ever teamed up, this shit's over for them. But as long as we got morons like you who think all white people are gay when they are not, there's only one certain kind of white people that end up going to the wars. That's the poor whites, not the rich whites. The well-to-do whites. Those are the ones that was like, yeah, let's go invade another country and let's send these kids who don't have money for college. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want to push back on that because it's dumb and it's an oversimplification. Yes, there are bigots and there are racists who will support white people over other people, But there are also don't have the fallacy that all white people hook all white people up. That ain't true, Johnson. That is just not true. A lot of the mass shootings that you see are white people shooting white people in the ass. Okay? A lot of the stuff you see, for instance, the fentanyl, the overprescriptions in West Virginia is 95% white, and they overprescribing them to damn near genocide in the state of West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? All these, so I'm going too far. I don't want to go too far. I just want to make my point. Let me stick my landing and just say, nothing spends like money, Aries. Aries, nothing spends like money. And anybody without money does not matter. But when you black, it's even worse. So I just wish you keep it a little real here. But he's going to say more that's disagreeable. So let's listen to a little bit more.
Voting for Kamala Harris. You know why? Because historically, now I want you black people who keep screaming MAGA 2024 to explain to me why y'all not disgusted by this. And furthermore, yes, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. You know why? Because historically, white folks have always looked after their own. So I'm looking after mine.
By the way, he said the same shit about Obama. I remember getting to it with him about this because he didn't think anybody black should criticize Obama. Like, why you elect a guy president and then you can't demand anything of him? Like, why would you want that? That's so stupid. He's a dummy who wants everything to be about optics. He doesn't care if people get anything for the person being black. He just wants them to be black so he can say, I got a black person in there. Just another example, somebody who don't, I know all of us have a right to vote, but, just maybe we shouldn't. Like, I mean, and then at least be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to vote for her because she's black. I'm voting black because she's black. That's all I need to know. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't rock with prosecutors like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's keep going.
Why? Because historically, white folks have always looked after their own. So I'm looking after mine. I don't give a fuck if she's Indian, Jamaican, close enough.
Now he's saying it doesn't matter if they're not even black. You just said white people look after their own. Then you say she's not black, but so what? I'm trying to understand. I thought you were saying you was doing this because she was black. But now you're saying she not black, so you don't care, and you don't care. As long as she not white. Yeah, that sounds a little racist. And stupid. That sounds racist and stupid. I don't care if somebody was white or black. If they was going to give reparations to black Americans, descendants of slaves, if they were going to have a black agenda that helped us get more than 2% of small business loans, I don't care who they are. They could be Asian, they could be Native American, they could be black, they could be white, they could be Jamaican, they could be, any combination of any of those. I wouldn't give a damn. It'd be about the policies, Aries, because my kids have to live here. Dummies like you, fools like you can go back to wherever you come from or sit it out or whatever. But that's what I would do. I don't care who gets the policy to make my life and my kids' lives, our lives better. I care about the policy, dummy. You don't care about the policy. You don't care what you actually get. It's like you want a great store to come to town, to move into your town. You know what I'm saying? A fantastic store, but you don't care if it's empty. With nothing on the shelves. What good would it be for a great supermarket to move next door that everybody could get to if they didn't have no food in the store? You just want to be able to walk by the store and go, look at this great store we got in our town. Yeah, look at us. Take pictures by it and shit. Posing and shit. Sending selfies. Telling people, yeah, man, I went by that new store, man. Check me out. I got all fresh and went by the store. Yeah, that's something a moron would do, a complete idiot, right? That's you, Aries. That's you. Oh, I wish you'd see this video. Maybe somebody should send it to you. I also heard you took this video down because a lot of the black people that you say are dumb and don't want to do the right thing and just support Kamala, they was riding you so hard you had to delete your post off your own Instagram page. You was talking with your chest here, and then when you find out it might hurt you financially, because maybe they won't go to an Ari Spears show, all of a sudden, you ain't had the same opinion no more. You didn't want your opinion to be known no more. For somebody who likes doing weird sketches with little kids, you sure got a lot to say, Johnson. Yeah, man, if I did a skit as bad as the skit you did, it almost destroyed 2 careers. Well, 1.5, because you really don't have a career. Not like Tiffany had a career. I think you actually may be funnier than her, though. Anyway, the point is, she was in with the right crowds. You've never been with the right crowd. Because of stupid shit like this. And you say it's because I just, I tend to speak my mind. No, you don't have a mind and you still speak. So my thing is, if you're going to say something this bold, abrasive, insulting, and be this stupid and all out of bounds, at least you could do a stand on it 10 toes down and keep that shit up on your Instagram instead of taking it down and running like a little punk. You ran like Zoe was throwing them bows on. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad. Let's keep it going. Let's hear him end this. He's going to finish it strong. You would almost think there was no way he would take this down after talking like this. Listen to him.
And you think when the immunity comes down, the cops are going to differentiate between Jamaican, Haitian, African, and Indian? Man, y'all motherfuckers better wake the fuck up. I'm voting for the black chick. DM me for the link to the speech.
He just said she wasn't black. He just said she was not black and it did not matter. It was close enough. And then he said he voted for the black chick. Yeah, man, we're going to need a pill. I know they got all types of pills that cure all types of conditions and maladies and problems. We got a pill for stupid. Is there an anti-stupid pill? Yeah, let's get him off the screen. Yeah, Aries, you need to get an anti-dumb pill. And get take the whole bottle. You know what I'm saying? Don't read it. Just shake it, and just take half a bottle now, half a bottle each day, until you feel less stupid. That's gonna take a bit. You know what I'm saying? But you need some type of treatment. You need some type of assistance with the stupidity. Real talk, bro. There's already no qualified immunity. There's already qualified immunity for cops. We want to end that qualified immunity. There have been black people that you pretend that you know about, that you are in with, that you understand what's going on. We've been fighting this shit for years, dog. The campaign to end qualifiedimmunity.org is the website. I'm on that website. I'm an ambassador of that fund to end that shit. Okay, to end qualified immunity. We had that up here in Maryland. I had a delegate from a Maryland State delegate from my home state where I live now on the show talking about it. We fighting a good fight, girls. You don't even know what the fight is, bro. You don't even know what it's about. You just want to jump in and speak on a topic you know nothing about. That's so pathetic, man. Yeah, man, that's pathetic, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like your impressions. I do. I like your impressions. And I saw some of us, you and Godfrey, going back and forth with the impressions. Why don't you just do that? You know, like Godfrey reads books, man. You know what I'm saying? Godfrey reads books and he studies stuff. You don't do that. You just talk, bruh. Then you get your chest up. That's why Hollywood ain't been nice to you. Because you talk too much, man. You don't know what you're talking about. You're going to piss off all these black people because you think somehow Kamala them going to do you. Look, Kamala already got Dale Hughley. He already got Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. She already got Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, Dale Hughley, Taraji Henson, the Brat or whatever. All these people, man. Shirley, Ralph. She got a lot of people, man. She do not need you, gooey raccoon. Real talk, Aries. There's no spot open for you to come join. John Legend, what they need you for? What would she need you? You on R. Kelly Street. Why would she want you on her team? You being on her team is a negative. Stop looking for buttermilk biscuits. Damn fool, that's what you're doing. You up here tap dancing, ain't even no music playing. This ain't open mic night for tap dancers. This ain't school night. Got his saying already, just throw it on the ground. He came with a pocket full of sand to throw it on the ground to get his soft shoe on. Get his soft shoe step on. Laughing when it ain't funny and scratching when it don't itch and mad when ain't nobody paying no attention, man. I mean, I'm paying attention, but you know what I'm saying. They ain't passing out no checks to you, Joe. Plies got your check. She gave her check to Plies and T.I. Lord have mercy. What's wrong with Ari Spears, man? But anyway, give it up for Ari Spears, man. Fool of the day, y'all. Give it one more time. Here you go. My brother, my brother, my brother. Look at him, just trying to think of dumb things to say. Damn fool. All right, that's it. Okay, so I want to check the comments on those polls, man. I had a poll going. I wanted to know, do y'all think the Kamala Harris Mania has taken over the country, or is it just a manufactured thing? I believe it's manufactured. I'm not saying that Kamala Harris won't get some votes. She probably will get some people. Low information voters are her friend. People that want to support her because she is a woman, people that want to support her because she is a black woman, and I'm going to call her a black woman. I don't even want to have that fight. I don't even want to argue on those terms. Okay? I don't want to talk about her. Look, let's not talk about her sexual appetite. Look. Trump don't want to talk about it, neither should she. Okay? Let's not do that. You start doing that, you ain't doing nothing but helping her. I don't want to help her. I want her. You know what? Kamala's so bad, guys. Here it goes. Kamala's so bad. Hell, I got one clip I want to show you. I'm sorry. I got one clip I want to show you that proves my point. See, I don't think Kamala Harris is setting the world on fire. And even if she does, have a burst, maybe she's going through a burst of popularity at the moment, right? So like when Trump got shot, like, wow, then people like, okay, he got shot. They got used to it. Check this out, guys. Always remember, Kamala is going Kamala. She can't help it.
GOP leader?
I am meeting with a lot of folks, and the work that we have begun is the work that is going to be ongoing. There is no question, and I said this from the very beginning, that our approach to this issue has to be with a commitment to a long-term investment, and it has to be a commitment to consistency. The United States has to be consistent. There were times when we were more engaged and we saw good results. Less.
Folks, the question is, hold on a second. The question is about the border, okay? Meeting with GOP members about the border. That's the question. Have you met with them? And how's it going about the border, about the GOP with the border? That's what the question was. That's why Mayorkas is behind her. Kamala is Kamala. This is without the prompter. This is her being herself. Now you have the context. Let's run that tape again, Johnson.
Leader?
I am meeting with a lot of folks, and the work that we have begun is the work that is going to be ongoing. There is no question, and I said this from the very beginning, that our approach to this issue has to be with a commitment to a long-term investment, And it has to be a commitment to consistency. The United States has to be consistent. There were times when we were more engaged and we saw good results. Less engaged, and we can see where the work and the partnerships then deteriorate. So I am committed to ensuring that we engage in an active way on the root causes, on addressing the cause and effect, and also being partners in the Western Hemisphere, understanding that we have a responsibility, and if we ignore that responsibility, it will visit itself upon us in a very domestic way.
About border security.
What was that? What language was she speaking? There was some weird dialect, sir. I have no idea what she was saying. It sounded like it was words, but I don't know. Was those numbers? Was those words? What language is that? Was she? I don't know. Did aliens attack her? What is that? It's weird dialect. Word salad for what? It's the word salad of Bethania for Bujuzus. Word salad Bethania gibberish. See, you can start off well, okay? Start off well. So like Trump, when Trump came out and gave his speech at the RNC convention, he started off really tight. It was like, go ahead, Trump, being all presidential. I see you, boy. Go ahead, bro. Then it got good to him. And then Trump went Trump. Man, ain't nobody gonna be nobody new. Trump gonna be Trump. Kamala gonna be Kamala. And if you think Kamala is not the same Kamala, you got another thing coming, Johnson. That's right. And just like all the money pockets, all the billionaires opened up their billfold was like this. Take what you need. A couple more of them right there with people watching and listening. They gonna close that right on up. Oh, maybe we'll see how things go first. Let's say the charity, get out of here. I gave it the office. All I'm saying is, nothing from nothing, leave nothing. Gotta have something if you want to be with me. Kamala Harris is going Kamala Harris, okay? So, yeah, you're excited now, pumped up. All you Kamala defenders, you're going to have a lot to defend. That's what I'm going to say, going to have a lot to defend. At the end of the day, all I'm about is policy. I don't believe a word that come out of Kamala Harris's mouth, though. That's the problem with Kamala Harris. She's a flip-flopper. She's a flip-flopper. Even in the winter, she wears flip-flops. It could be snow on the ground and everything. Flip-flops. 10, 20 degrees below zero. Flip-flops, no socks. Flip-flop, 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 flip-flop. Hardwood floor flip-flops. That's what she's good at. That's what she does. So, yeah, you need to just calm down a little bit. We're going to see where this goes. At the end of the day, it's all about policy. It's all about the policies that are better. People keep saying Trump don't want to debate her. I don't know. She may come back with a couple comeback lines, but when it's time to talk policy, she gonna get in the weeds. She gonna start talking about LGBTQ and trans kids and drag queens reading stories, and America's gonna be like, "Where's the money?" And she's not gonna talk about it, and it's gonna do. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of people to be like, "I don't care. She black." There's gonna be a lot of Aries Spears people. Fine. The bad thing about Kamala is I don't believe that she will do what she says she'll do. She said she supported Medicare for all for a while too. She was every policy Bernie supported, she supported when she started running. And then when it didn't work for her, she abandoned them all. Some of them lively right on the debate stage, she abandoned them. She just backed away from policies. So people like Tim Black, why you don't like Kamala? How could I like somebody who says they're for something, and then when you ask them later, when it's time to be for it, they're like, nah, I'm good. I didn't say that. I said something else. That's not what I meant. I meant something else. Security, get this guy out of here. He's harassing me. Well, you told me you said you supported this stuff. Now they're scrubbing the internet trying to get away from all of her stances because now she doesn't support them at all because things have shifted in the culture. So now she, in the political culture of what's acceptable. Now they don't even lie to black people that they're going to do shit. That was back when they used to lie a little. Now there's no lies. They just don't do shit. They don't say they're going to do anything, and they don't do anything, which is a little bit better in a way. And now it's like, let's go all in on blackness. So we'll see how that works. All right, guys, this is dope. AWS 21st, thank you so much for supporting the show. I appreciate you. If you like this content, if you think it's valuable, important, go to jointimblack.com, become a member of the show. Starting at only $5 a month. I really appreciate it. I want to give a big shout out to the people that already support the show. Never forget the people that helps you get where you're at, which is where we are. We started from the bottom and be right here, right next, just like right off the bottom, right, kind of adjacent to the bottom, but not on the bottom. But I appreciate y'all because that's somewhere, and I appreciate where I'm at. But I want to thank everybody who came through tonight. Yeah, we going like crazy. Yeah, man. 1112, real dumb. Uprising Consulting in the house. Uprising, what's up, fam? Good to see you, Uprising. Buck says, I think they created Smoke and Mirrors show. I think so, man. Like, I just believe with only 100 days, they don't got time to play around. They're going to go for big air, so they're going to throw out everything against the wall and see if they could gin up a win by making people think she's already a winner. And if they could do that well enough, maybe somebody will be depressed on Trump's team and stay home. I mean, it's not a horrible game plan. I just call it like I see it. What other choice she got? The people don't realize how much a disadvantage it is to jump into a game with only 100 days left. That's a disadvantage, Johnson. They're talking like it's a bonus. That ain't no damn bonus. It's fakery. It's manufactured. It's garbage. And I appreciate y'all. Hot, but not public domain. We know in California it's manufactured. California never liked her. She has always been pushed through. There you go. That's what I'm saying, man. Tobias, she may well fall in her face. Mr. W said it's all hype. Lydia, I remember the low voter turnout in 2016. Yep. I do too. Nigel Green in the house. What's up, Nigel? Florida native says we lost our identity. Buck Billy went to YouTube with a Samsung phone. Tim, she was horrible before Biden, and she's still horrible. Yes, she is. Andrew. Damn. Vrian Wood says, sickening. Black voters make others think we don't want tangibles from elected leaders. Nah, the sellouts tell them that. And I'm telling you, man, that's what their operatives who are getting paid tell them. I got you. It's the way that they talk to us. It's how they operate with us. They use all our pain and all our struggle against us. and they make those who are vulnerable to those opportunities, they make them their spokespeople. Yep. All right, fam. Michael said he blocked at least 5 videos today. Damn, Mike. JL says MSDNC. Right. MSDNC. Yeah, man. I haven't heard one policy that I'm willing to vote for. I haven't heard any policies from her. It's crazy, guys. It really is. She filming this at work. Oh, you mean the sister who was... She was lit, man. The brothers was so hot, I couldn't even play the whole joint, man. He started out, his first 5 words was like, you know what I'm saying? I can't. They crazy, man. Damn. Damn. This person says, what's Trump's promise in the black community? You don't want to hear it, man. Okay, so for my brother, who's my brother? Mark, let me tell you something. Okay. I was reading an article in Bloomberg, right? It was an interview that Donald Trump did with Bloomberg magazine. And in that article, he talks about all these things, right? That he's done with for African Americans. They asked him about African Americans and how is he going to attract African American voters. He was talking about stuff like First Step Act, police reform with the First Step Act, prison reform, I should say. Prison reform with the First Step Act. He also talked about the opportunity zones, right? So then they came back at him with more questions. And he said, he sounded almost exasperated, and he said, you know what I'm going to do for black people? I'm going to keep out 20 million undocumented people that will come in here and try to take their jobs. That's what I'm going to do for black Americans. Now, I talked to Dr. Cornel West about this. We had a conversation about it. I didn't totally agree with him, but I understood some of his points. But he said he was not for like total, like no borders and shit. Here's the thing. He was saying you got to go through legal processes and stuff. Here's the thing though. What Trump said will resonate with a great number of black folks. The amount of black folks it will resonate with, I think is undercounted because people don't believe how conservative a lot of black people are. Yeah. And how economics. So if you got Kamala not telling people what you get out of a more lax immigration, and you got Trump telling you all the ills of not having tough border security, who wins? I think Trump wins that argument if Kamala doesn't give you more than, you got a good reason to feel good. You can feel good because a lot of people are broke, and a lot of people have been broke for a long time. A lot of people have barely making their ends meet. A lot of people are struggling financially. For those people that are not, and who are not in sectors that are impacted by undocumented immigration or what have you, maybe you're fine. If you live in areas that are not stretched with resources due to the influx of immigration, then this ain't for you. Everything doesn't impact everyone. And if you're not impacted, if a car's sitting on my foot, you probably won't scream, Johnson, because it's not on your foot. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if a dog bit you, I bet you're going to scream or holler a lot harder than I will if I'm just walking by and seeing you get bit by a dog. So one of the problems we got is we have people commenting on things that don't affect them directly who want to philosophize about it, but they're not directly in it. But to answer your question, that is something. That's a policy. Kamala's counter policy is not a win for us. It's a win for the immigration people, for people that are trying to migrate. Okay. So that's what's up. Okay. So that's one thing. But you could have looked that up if you really wanted to know, brother. But since I saw your comment in the comment section where you wanted to know what was one of the policies, I just gave you 3. And I'm telling you the one at the end he said, which is new. And I'm telling you, certain places, that's going to work if it gets out. If people start hearing him say that, I know we had people on TV losing their minds over black jobs. Those were elite blacks. If you make over $40 an hour, you're a black person making over $40 an hour, or if you're a professional, like if you're an engineer, or if you're a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever, there's jobs in certain fields that do really well. Problem is, most black people are not in those fields. I have all the stats. I've been doing this for years. Black men make up 2% of black male lawyers, of male lawyers. Black men make up 2% of male doctors. Black women make up 2% of female lawyers. So when I'm on TikTok and I see a bunch of lawyers mad going, I got a black job and I'm black. Yeah, they don't even care that that's a rare job for black Americans. Most black Americans are nurses if they're in the medical field, dental hygienists if they're in the medical field, orderlies if they're in the medical field, and other support type jobs, okay? That's not even a predominantly black job career. There's like websites that give you what are the general careers based on your demographics, right? So be that as it may. It's going to be a crazy election. I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm saying we need policies that make our lives better. I don't care who you are, you should want policies. Like I said, what good is having a great store in your neighborhood if the store don't have no food on the counters? If the store don't have no goods when you're going to the store, ain't nothing in it. What good is getting a Benz if you don't get the keys? What good is having a Benz if you can't drive it? You ain't got no gas. All you do is take pictures in front of it. And I get the impression that there are a lot of people, and I know there are a lot of people like Ari Spears, who that's good enough for them. Ari Spears is a millionaire. He don't need Kamala Harris to do anything for him. He doesn't need any president to do anything for him. He's already pretty successful. Of course he wish he was Dave Chappelle successful or Chris Rock successful. You know what I'm saying? Jim Gaffigan successful, Bill Burr successful, but he's more successful than Tim Black. I ain't make a lot of money. I make hardly any money when I went on comedy tour, right? But he's in a position where no matter who's president, he good, he's straight. He's still gonna be a millionaire. So for him, he don't need the keys to the Benz. He owns the Escalade. Do you? All right, I'm Tim Black. I love y'all. Tim at TimberLackTV.com. Subscribe to this channel. Cut on all notifications, man. If you can't become a member, cut on all notifications. Tell somebody about the show. I don't believe you get this just anywhere. I try to make my shows impactful and give you something that that makes the competition hard to compete with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be good at what I do. So if you got story ideas, because I don't want to just keep talking about Kamala and Joe Biden, send your story ideas to Tim at TimberLackTV.com. We good? Remember, guys, don't let nobody take your cornbread. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion. Still, I ain't here to change your mind. I'm not here to make you switch anything. I'm here to give you some information. If you change your mind, that's on you. I'm going to give you the information to help you make better decisions. But you make all your decisions. This ain't propaganda. I ain't programming nobody. All right, I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Thank you, Buck. Thank you, Tim Black's Wolfpack. Nothing but love. Thanks for watching. The Tim Black Wolfpack. We started back in 2014. Folks on the online community who wanted to come together to fight back against the garbage that goes on in D.C. We couldn't stand the politics, so we wanted to do something about it. Didn't know what, but we knew we needed to do something. It hasn't gotten better, it's gotten worse. It's time to ride again. Join us. Wolfpack.